This is Storytelling with Puppets, and this time the story is called Flip, Flap, Fly. It comes from the book by Phyllis Root. To tell this one with puppets, I like to use 5 puppets total. A bird, a fish, a duck, a mouse, and a child. In the book there's a couple more characters. There's also an otter and a snake, but I just try to keep it simple for the puppet presentation, so I took those out. I also took out all the mothers. In the book, it has mothers talking to their children, but that was too complicated for me to tell with puppets, so mothers are out. It's just baby animals. The other thing I do, I put all my puppets in this bag, in my puppet bag, and I like to put that on my lap. That means I can pop the puppets out really easily when their turns come, and then when the story ends, I can put them on my lap and reveal them all by just moving the bag, which is, well, you'll see how that goes at the end. So here's how the story starts, with a bird. Fly, says the baby bird, flip, flap, fly. So off goes the baby bird. Fly, fly, fly. In the blue, blue sky where the wind goes whish. Look, says the baby bird, I see a fish. So that's the first verse, and a couple things to mention there. One is the animals that appear, they're not going to say a lot. They're mostly going to do things, so you don't have to worry too much about their voices being distinct. The big moment, especially in remembering that this is a toddler audience, this is perfect for, like 2-year-olds. It works for 3-year-olds too. The main drama of the story is the animal looking into the bag and everyone wondering what's going to come out next. And if they're tricky, they'll catch the rhyme and know that it's going to be a fish. So when you're reaching into your bag for the fish, and sometimes you can't quite get them on your hand fast enough, that's okay. It's just building the anticipation. And then out pops the fish, and they look at each other, and the story continues. So let's see. I see a fish. Swim, says the baby fish, deep down dim. So off goes the baby fish, swim, swim, swim. Past the purple irises blooming in the muck. Look, says the baby fish, I see a duck. I always like to have them sort of look at each other, then look at the audience like that when they make their appearance. I see a duck. Paddle, says the baby duck, paddle and skedaddle. So off goes the baby duck, paddle, paddle, paddle. Past the yellow lilies by the muskrat house. Look, says the baby duck, I see a mouse. And one thing I do with this story, the rhymes are really important, and I don't always get them word for word, but I try to get the rhythm and the rhyming words right. And sometimes I just forget. It's kind of hard to keep straight, even with a short story like this. So I'll often have a little cheat sheet. Right now my cheat sheet is taped to the back of my bag, so sometimes I'll just glance down there. But even if I don't have a bag, sometimes I'll just put that little cheat sheet on the table next to me. And it doesn't matter if the audience sees it or knows that it's there. It's just, mostly it gives me comfort knowing that if I lose the rhyme all of a sudden, which I'll do usually at least once per story, it's there to remind me. So let's see, we just had the duck. Look, said the baby duck, I see a mouse. Creep, says the baby mouse, don't make a peep. So off goes the baby mouse. Creep, creep, creep. Past the pink roses that are growing all wild. Look, says the baby mouse, I see a child. Kiss, says the baby child, just like this. So that's what the baby does. Kiss, kiss, kiss. On a funny sunny day in the bright spring air. Look, says the baby child, babies everywhere. And that's the end of the story. So the ending, it's not the perfect, smoothest thing, but you've got all your puppets that you've stuffed on your lap and the bag in front of them, and then you reveal them here. And you can toss them up in the air if you want, but I try to sort of get them all 5 of them at least, so the kids can see them. And babies everywhere, and that ends it. So it's a very simple story once you get those rhymes right and the puppet management, and it's a nice one for toddlers. So that is Flip Flap Fly by Phyllis Root. And there's one way that you can tell it with puppets.